Hi there. So, if you had a look at the short, you'll know my name's Rodney. Thank you for coming around. Thank you for visiting. You know what I'm going to do is tell my story of drug addiction. I feel it'll be healing for myself and also for somebody watching. Maybe somebody that is in the throes of addiction now, or a family member that knows somebody and doesn't know how to help. I must start off by saying this is not scripted, so please excuse me if my timeline runs a bit awkward up and down. I want to talk as I remember. I want this to be personal. I want it to be heartfelt. I want us to have a real connection. And then maybe at the end, the viewer yourself will have a better idea of addiction. Or if you're an addict, you will realize that it's not over till it's over. So, I went through that. I went through a time when I thought, if I relapse one more, that's it. It's done. Believe me, that must have happened 15, 20 times. So I've been clean 12 years now, and only now I find it appropriate for me to put out this video. Actually wanted to write a book, but with social media and the way things are now, I suppose this is the best way. So settle in. Listen to my story. Maybe pick up some tips. I really do hope that I can help somebody out there. But for selfish reasons, it's also for myself. It's also to alleviate the weight that I've been carrying around for years, and the guilt of hurting people and the pain I caused people. It's been a rocky road. Things have been really hard. So I really appreciate that you are here, you are watching. I ask, please subscribe. Subscriptions will mean I can continue making videos. You people can keep on watching and traveling this road with me. And at the end, I'm sure we're all going to be feeling a whole lot better. I'm not going to go much into my childhood. What I can say is my childhood was good. I had a good upbringing. I had a good mom, a good dad. I had an elder brother plus 2 elder sisters. So everything was good. There was no trauma in my childhood that I could blame for what happened and where I ended up. It wasn't that. My troubles began probably when I left the army. 1989 I matriculated. 1990 I done my national service, which was conscripted for 2 years but changed to 1 when I was there, or should I say when I wasn't there, when I was on AWOL. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about me. So, just to let you know, my formative relationships, I only had 2 really important relationships to me while I was in school. Both of them meant a lot. As a matter of fact, the second relationship I had with a girl that I knew, we still speak now and then up to today, which is over 30 years later. You sure remember me as that schoolboy, that boyfriend that she had that drank a little bit too much. But besides that, she was never part of the time that I was on drugs and using. But they did make a big imprint on me and on my life and what a woman should be like. And I think this followed on throughout my life. Like I said, I done my 1 year military service, 1990, finished 1991, and the first job that I got was arranged by my sister-in-law. It was at a place called Finbank. It was working stock exchange, which now, in afterthought, it is so sad that I messed that up. I lasted 2 weeks. I left. I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I couldn't do the job, or that's the excuse I told myself. Maybe I just wasn't ready to work yet. But yeah, they could have set me up for life. If I had to stick that out, I could have been set up for life. After that, I got a job at IE Gasket, a real menial job. I worked in a warehouse. I punched gaskets. I done some tenders. It wasn't really anything important. I did get fired from there though, on the day that my boss came to see me in hospital, as I overdosed on retinol sleeping tablets. I had an argument with my mom, and I was walking around the house with the tablets in my hand, and I was saying, carry on with me, I'm going to take it, and my mother turned around and said to me, well, if you're going to take it, then just go ahead and take it. So I swallowed a handful of tablets. I don't remember much of that day after that. They rushed me to the hospital, I know that much. They pumped my stomach and discovered 12 undissolved tablets still in my stomach. So yeah, that could have been overs for me. Little did I know it was only the beginning of all my shit and my, what do you call it, flipping, my crying out. Crying out for what, I still don't know, but yeah, it was the beginning of my reckless behavior in life. I had a couple of smaller jobs. I worked at Multi-Choice in the call center. I worked at EDS in a call center. I worked at Otis Elevators in a call center. 1995, I was introduced to drugs. This is when the problems began. But I'm going to quickly just shoot back just a little bit to let you know about my alcohol use. This is from when I got out the army, so it was for a couple of years, 3 or 4 years, that I won't say that I was an alcoholic. It wasn't necessary for me to use or drink every day. It was a way to waste time. It was a way to just not do anything, just be with the buds and drink and carry on. So yeah, that's what happened those years, 1991 to 1995. I was a bit of a drinker. Weekends, during the day, buy the cheapest bottle of wine we could find, sit in the park like a hobo and drink, which is all fine, just carrying on like a young man, but my drinking came along with a lot of charges. I'm small in stature, so I'd feel like I had to prove myself, whichever group I was in, whoever I was with. I had to prove myself. I had to always be the protector of the guys. Even in the army I was so I fought a lot. I didn't win a lot, but I fought a lot, and by fighting a lot I ended up being arrested a lot. Done a lot of stints of one-nighters and weekends in jail because of it, but always managed to get off with a fine or with a warning or something small. But yeah, alcohol was not for me. I couldn't handle it. I realize that now. The way I used to drink, I couldn't handle it. It was just too much for me. I used to lash out for absolutely no reason. But that was the extent of my alcohol abuse. So back to 1995. Let me tell you my drug story.